Good morning, everybody.
Good
A
morning.
wonderful day.
Sure.
Morning.
Gee, Tim, you're looking spry today.
Thank you.
A
Second cup of coffee.
ventriloquist. Pardon me?
Second cup of coffee.
Ah, that's it.
See, they happen,
Mm.
Christian,
It's May 11th.
God's word.
Gee, April went quickly, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A ventriloquist is performing with his dummy on his lap. He's telling this blonde in the front row a joke. When the young platinum-haired beauty jumps to her feet, what gives you the right to stereotype blondes? Because he was telling a blonde joke. She demands, what does hair color have to do with the worth of a human being?
Yes.
Flustered, the ventriloquist gives the stammering apology. And the blonde says, you keep out of this, she yells. I'm talking to the little jerk on your lap.
Dead. Wow.
You knew that was coming. Come on. All right.
Others imitate Christ and the example.
I have a couple of three tips for the day, and a couple of them are the iPhone, and one is the iPhone, and a couple are the Apple Watch. And let me share my screen here.
I need to go get my Apple Watch.
Okay, good idea. First tip is, how do you jump to the top of an app with ease? And what I want to do is I'm going to bring up, the idea here is when you bring up a particular application, let's say settings.
We are band boys. Have done nothing in the
And
bands.
I scroll clear to the bottom of the settings menu. How do I get quickly to the top? See, there I am at the bottom of the settings menu. The way to get quickly to the top is just put your tap on the little bar at the top of the screen. Whoops, I got to tap it. And it should, wait a minute,
That's
it
better.
will jump to the top, or it did the last time. Oh, it doesn't work when you're
Heavenly
mirroring.
Father, help us keep our lives honorable.
If you tap the top of the screen there, the bar, you will jump immediately to the top of the settings menu. There it
Bill,
goes.
is there any chance of making people be quiet? Of silencing people?
I will,
Thank you.
Computer class.
once I find the right button. So again, if I want to jump to the top of this screen or this particular site, no matter where you are, you just tap the top of the screen and it jumps to the top. Cool little tip.
Is that with everything or just here?
That's with any app you happen to be on.
Thank you.
The next one is, how do you transfer a call from your iPhone, from your Apple Watch to the phone? So you answer a phone call with your Apple Watch and you want to get it transferred to your iPhone. Okay, so if you get a call
can't.
on your Apple Watch, now I want to share my Apple Watch screen here. Okay, and so if I get a call,
Patty Crow.
and I answered it on my, I have 3 phones going here, and I want to transfer it to my Apple Watch and my iPhone. Right now, I'm answering it on my phone or my watch. If I click the little phone here at the top, it transfers it to my phone. Now I'm talking to it on the phone. Okay? Another.
Sorry,
little tip.
no, I don't understand.
Okay, Tim, I was on my watch answering my phone. And I wanted to transfer the call from my watch to my phone. All I did was it had a little icon of a phone at the top.
What did you
And
watch?
up here.
I-
Does the icon only come after you answer the phone?
Yes. Well, after you answer the phone call. So you can see the phone, my Apple Watch is on the face of the phone of the iPhone, and in the background is the actual iPhone. So I'm duplicating, if you want to know what's happening here, I'm duplicating what my watch face shows in this area,
Yeah,
and this is actually my Apple phone. So I make a phone call. I want to call Bill. Let's see.
Patty Crow.
So I answered it on my watch. And on my phone, you can see picture of a phone up here.
that
I'm
none of
getting on
us
the
see that application on our phone, whatever application you're running. And none of us have that little black oval at the top of the screen on our phone. Instead,
No.
our phone is got the normal startup screen that lists all of the icons of all of the apps we have.
You have a little status bar at the top of your phone. Okay,
No,
you have to be
no.
okay, just a minute, Tim. And let me finish. And then I tap the little phone there at the top, and now it's transferred the call to my phone. And now I'm going to hang up. Okay. Wow, what's the age of your phone, Tim?
iPhone 11 running the latest 14 point or 17.4, the latest iOS.
And you
iPhone
don't have a
11.
little status bar up here?
No, I have all of the icons for all of my apps.
Okay, let me switch off my phone for a minute.
I think Tim has to have a call coming in before that little box green phone will show up.
Oh, before the green phone will show up, that's correct. But
Exactly.
you
I
don't
think
have
that's his
something up
problem.
here, a status bar up here?
No, sir, I do not.
You have some icons up
I
there?
have the time,
Yep, okay.
and I
That
have the little icon that says the signal strength, but in between I have a black notch.
I understand. The black notch is what I'm talking about. And there are certain things appear in that black notch from time to time, depending on what you're doing.
No, sir, that black notch is just a hunk of plastic. This is an iPhone 11.
I understand.
Yeah, so maybe I don't have that.
I have the same thing as Tim.
That's where my camera is.
I understand. The little phone should appear up there. It may not appear in the little area where the phone is. My phone is in that little black area as well. Oh, I mean, my camera is in that little black area there as well.
Bill, why don't you call Tim and then Tim will get the green phone and
I'll call myself on one of my spare phones.
And then be sure to answer on your watch.
Backup iPhone or backup iPhone consumer cellular.
Okay. Ah, did that work?
Did you get the little phone show up on your?
No, sir. What happened was where the time is,
Uh-huh.
it briefly, for just a second, showed the green phone icon, but the phone icon went away before I could tap it. And when I tapped on the time, nothing happened.
Well, where's the phone call coming from on their phone now? Is it still on your watch?
Say that again?
I say, is the phone reception still on your watch, or did you get transferred to your iPhone?
Probably are.
What's your phone number, Tim?
410
Pardon
428.
me? Hold on.
Yes, sir.
410.
Thank you so much for stepping through this.
Go ahead.
410
Uh-huh.
428
Yep.
4543.
45, you said?
Yes, sir. 4543.
Now answer on your watch.
Okay, I've answered on the watch.
And now you should see a little green thing on your phone.
Nothing.
No?
No, nothing.
Huh. It should be right where the time was, where it showed up before.
I wonder what happens if I tap the time.
Go ahead, see what happens.
Okay, tapping the time worked to transfer it.
Okay, for some reason, your phone doesn't show up long enough.
Okay, but it changes the functionality of the time button. So now I can do the transfer using the secret hidden button.
That's the one. I would
Thank you so
I'd
much for
try
teaching us this.
I would try resetting your phone. There may be a problem with that, so turn the phone off and back on again.
I did that yesterday for another unrelated issue.
Gotcha. So how do you check your Apple Watch battery level on your phone? Is the third tip. Okay. And the way you do that is on your phone, you would shift to it's called the Today view. Let me change mine for a minute. And there's my Today view. All right. And it shows me I have different widgets on this screen. And I would like to add one. And it's to identify the batteries. So I'm on the widget screen, which is, they call it the Today view for some reason.
How do
Right,
you
I
get to that? How do you get to that screen?
shift from right to left on my home screen. And the last time I shift right to left, I get this screen.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And now I'm going to make them wiggle by pressing and holding a blank area of the screen. Okay. And then I hit the plus sign. And I scroll down in the menu that shows up to where it says batteries. Okay, so there's batteries. And then I tap on batteries. And I pick the size widget I would like. Okay, and I'll pick that one and I tap the plus sign. And if I stop them from wiggling, there's the battery level on each of my devices. So it says my iPhone is fully charged. My watch has about 98% there. You can see the circle. And my mouse is 100% charged.
Does it have to be on this screen or can you put it on another screen?
You can put that widget anywhere you want.
Okay.
You can put it on one of your home screens, hitting the plus sign, scrolling down to battery. And I can add it there.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. And I just removed it. No, it will remove here. Last time we went over the watch faces and how you set up various watch faces, what the function of the different buttons were.
Bill, I added
Yes.
batteries, but they don't give me, oh, I see. Okay, they don't give me a percentage of how much they're charged. It just gives me a little something,
Sure.
a green circle around it. So how do I
Right.
get it?
That circle will gradually compress As you get less, the circle will show you that it's less than 100% and it'll open up. So
Okay,
it's the amount of circle, the edge of the circle is completely filled in and it will gradually unfill the frame or the circle.
okay, thank you.
So last time we talked about the different buttons on your watch, what you can do by tapping the different buttons. And I just wanted to spend a little time on one of them. If I double tap the power button, remember now, the power button is this button, right? So far, so good. If I double tap it, what do I get? I get my credit card to come up. You're going to say, well, Bill, what's the good of doing that? Well, once it comes up like that, I can use my watch on many of the card readers in the stores to pay my bill. So I just turn my wrist over and put it near the card reader, and it registers my card information and pays the bill.
Mine doesn't.
Say again?
When I double tap, it goes very quickly to the screen that shows your batteries and everything else. And that's all.
Oh,
But I pressed it again and it did.
press it once, it shows you the control center,
Right.
which is what that is, right?
Yes, that's what I kept doing when I pressed it twice quickly. That's what I got.
You shouldn't get that. When you press it twice really quickly, it should come up with credit card screen.
Is it possible Ann hasn't set up Apple Pay yet?
No, I have it. I've got it now.
Okay. And many of you may be saying, well, how do you get a credit card on there? And I want to take a minute and show you that. You do it by, whoops, by going to the wallet app on your phone. This is again on your phone. This is what the wallet app looks like. And if you don't have the wallet app, you might want to go to the app library and see if you have it. So I went to the app library by sweeping from right to left on the screen multiple times until I get to, there it is, my app library. And instead of looking in those different folders for it, I tap app library at the top and I type in wallet or WAL and up pops the wallet app. Now, if you don't have it, you have to go to the Apple store and get it. Once you get the wallet app, you tap on it. And there's the two credit cards that I have on there. And if I want to add another one, there's a plus sign there. So I would go to the wallet app and I would tap the plus sign. And it comes up with a screen that says add to wallet. What do you want to add? Apply for an Apple card, set up an Apple Pay later, add Apple account. I don't want to do any of the Apple stuff, but it's down there. It says debit and or credit card. Oh, okay. I'm going to tap that. And then I'm going to tap continue. And it comes up with you can't see it on your screen, but a place to put your credit card in a photo. So you get your credit card out of your pocket, lay it on the table, and you put the little box that shows up. It's a rectangle.
Bill, when I went to my credit cards, I was surprised to find I have credit cards in there because I didn't put any in there. And the Visa says from the App Store, the debit card says from Safari. So did the App Store and Safari get my cards and put them in?
Not sure.
Okay.
And here's what shows up if I get my camera out. This is what your phone would look like. It comes over there. Okay.
Yeah.
And that little rectangle is where you would put your card. So you'd put your card under here,
All right.
right? And then it would take a picture of it. It would ask you to put in a few more pieces of information. And then you would have that card added and it would show up on your Apple Watch. Okay, now I'd like everybody give that a try. It's really a convenient feature. I forgot my wallet the other day. I didn't have my iPhone with me, but I went to Publix and had to get something. I had neither of those things, but I did have my watch on. Had no problem paying the bill with my watch.
It says using Apple Pay, double click the side button and authenticate with Face ID and hold near reader. What's the reader?
Or your phone. You talking about your phone, dear?
Yes, I'm talking about the phone. It
Yeah,
says using Apple Pay. I've just done all of I've added a card. And then it says using Apple Pay, double click the side button. Is that what we should do?
you can do that, sure. See if I double click my side button now, what's going to do?
Bill, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can you delete the Apple Cash credit card? Because it's between my other two that I use.
I've not tried that. I go to wallet here.
Oh, I found the answer.
Did you? What is it, Tim? Are you asking me?
I found the answer.
To which?
The question, if the question is, how do you change the default card that's displayed on your watch when you double tap out of the list of 4 cards that are in your wallet? The answer is you hold your finger on one of the cards and then slide it up to the top of the stack.
Oh,
And now it becomes the default card.
so if I want my Apple Card to be one, I could do that. And you'll see it happen in a
Oh.
minute on the. I just
Yeah,
moved the
I-
Apple Cash card. I became the top of the stack. Now I don't want that, but I'm gonna. Okay,
Bill,
I
what
think
is
her question
Apple
is,
Pay
can I
Cash?
say again, please?
What is Apple Pay Cash, which is the top of my stack and I don't want it to be?
And she just showed you how to get rid of that. If I want to put, ah, it's done.
Another card on top.
Just a minute. If I want to put this card on top, I put my finger on that card and drag it down. And now that's the primary card.
I can't drag it, it moves the screen.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
The question though is, can I get rid of the Apple Cash card? I believe.
Well, it's not set up, so why would I
You-
want
You
to
have more than one card on there, Ann.
I have 2 cards on there. I have 2 credit cards on there, but the top one is Apple Pay Cash. And it says not set up. And it says
Okay.
on top, it says payment cards on your watch.
Are you on your watch or your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, but and if I tap on or put my finger on this credit card right here and I pull it down, I should be able to move it to the top of the stack.
I couldn't because it moved my screen, but then I went back I went backwards and now I'm totally gone from wallet. Okay, I'm back on wallet. It says wallet and Apple Pay. And then underneath that, it says Apple Cash and it's turned on. Enable sending and receiving money on this Apple Watch. And I don't really want that, so just turn it off.
If you can.
Turn off Apple Cash on this Apple Watch and it will be removed from wallet. But your balance is still available on other
on-
devices associated with your Apple ID.
Are you on settings, Ann, or are you on the
I'm
app?
in wallet and Apple Pay. I'm in settings, yes.
No, we're not in settings, Ann. We're
Well,
actually in
maybe-
what?
Well, I'm in wallet. I'm in wallet and Apple Pay. However, I can turn off Apple Cash on this
Screen look
Apple
like mine
Watch.
right now? Hold on. Hold on, just a minute. The screen will change. Is that what way your screen looks?
No, not at all. Up the top, it says wallet and Apple Pay, and then it says Apple Cash, and then right now it's saying it's showing my cards, my payment cards on your watch.
Okay, you're in settings. Does it say settings at the top of the screen here?
No, it says back. But I see you have Apple Cash and you've got it turned off.
I'm in settings, Ann. I am in settings right now.
Well, isn't that where I am?
No, I didn't want you to be there originally.
You want me to go to settings?
We're at cross purposes here. Let me speak for a couple minutes. If you want to get rid of the Apple Cash card, I think you can hit the arrow there and probably remove it. Is there a way to remove it? They may not let you remove that one. But if I go to my Bank America card there, there it says remove the card at the bottom. It'll catch up. So that's the way to remove a card, right? And I turned off Apple Cash. That's okay. But if I go back to my home screen and I tap on the wallet, what Tim was identifying is the way in which you put one of the cards to be the card that comes up when you double tap the button. Power button on your watch or the side button on your phone. It's the power button on your phone as well. Okay?
Dave?
Say again.
Okay, on Tim's note, he talks about the display and then he mentions his miracle hearing aid on his watch. I just got a hearing aid. I don't know anything about it. What would be the purpose and how would you put it on a watch or a phone?
Depends on your hearing aid, and there's a whole bunch of directions on how to control it from your phone.
Oh, okay. So just look at when all else fails, look at directions.
No kidding.
And the hearing aids manufacturer has a way to connect it to your phone, and then it would show up your battery.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. I am going to now go to my Apple Watch settings, but I'm going to do it on my iPhone. So I'm looking at my home screen on my phone, and I come down here to, just a minute, let me get that out of the way. There we go. I come down here to the Apple Watch and I click on it. And last time we covered how to set up the watch faces. This time I'd like to go down through some of the other key settings for your device. Notifications on your watch are very similar to the ones on your phone. And if I tap that notifications, it comes down and says, show summary of when locked. I don't have that on because I don't want to see the notifications when my watch is locked.
How do you get to the watch on your iPhone? If I'm on in settings, you get to your watch on the iPhone?
Say again, please.
How did you get to the watch on your iPhone? What did you click? Because I don't see the watch on my iPhone.
It's that little icon that looks like a watch. See it?
I see that, but it's not on my phone.
Yes, it is. If you can't find it there, go to the app library. Tap App Library and type WATC, and there it should be.
Okay.
I'm typing it right now, WAT, and there's Apple Watch at the top.
Is this one of those ones that you're not allowed to delete?
Is it? I didn't check that, Tim. Yeah, I can delete it. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, you can delete it. You can now delete it, by the way. So I'm opening my watch and I go to notifications. And I just stream down through there, and similar to your iPhone are all the applications that could send you notifications. And if you tap on them, you can control allow notifications or don't allow notifications on your watch from this particular app. Now, I'm not going to run through all of them, but this is the way you control which applications send you information or notifications on your watch.
How did you get into, what would you tap to show full notifications on where did you find that?
I went to the Apple Watch app
Okay, I'm there,
and it says notifications.
right?
I tap that.
Okay, I have notifications indicator, show summary when locked, tap to show full notification. I
Yep.
mean, how do I,
And down below, there are all the different apps that you might have on your phone, and can you control which ones send you notifications?
so how do you find the list of the apps that you have on your phone? The notifications. If I want to see which apps have notifications, where do I go?
That's where I am right now.
Bill, why have you turned off show summary when locked?
It doesn't matter. It's just a personal choice. Apple Watch can hide a full detail of the notifications behind a summary until you tap on it.
Okay, so is your list of activities, Amazon Music, App Store, are those your notifications? Is that how you
Those
find
are
out?
the applications that could send you notifications.
Okay, and how do you find out if they are or aren't sending you notifications?
Tap the arrow.
Ah, there we go. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Show notifications when wrist is down. Hopefully you've noticed when your wrist is set so it's the face of the watch is not showing you, it's called down, and the watch takes on different characteristics. And if you turn it, for example, mine will light up.
What are those green things that shoot out of your watch occasionally? Is that what is lighting up, or what are they?
Green things.
Um, when I turn over to the back, when I'm on my way to charge the whole thing, sometimes the green things will shoot out, like green lights that are shooting out.
Thank you, finally.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Okay.
Um, Let me switch gears here for a minute. I'm bringing up my watch The way in which you get to the notifications on your watch is you put your finger at the top of the watch and you pull down. Put it up here, then pull down. And there's my notifications. So I had motion at my door last night at midnight. That was me getting a package. Wait a minute.
I have clear all and make it happen. What does that mean?
Clear all
Uh-huh.
is just that. It clears all the apps. I don't have a make it happen unless that's a particular app you have. So I tap clear all, and now all my notifications have been cleared. And I will get new ones as soon as one sends me one.
You didn't clear the notifications, you just cleared the one that you had before? I mean, it didn't. Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to switch back now to the next one down there. And when my screen catches up, see where it says Apple App View? If you tap App View, that determines, do you see a list of your applications in different form factors? And the two different ones are listed there. One is Grid View and one is List View. I prefer the list view. They're listed in alphabetic order, and therefore they're easier to find, versus the icon view, which is this one, called the grid view. Now, if we go to general, I can tap on about and get an idea of what I've got in terms of a watch. And by the way, if you have not named your watch, you probably should. Mine says Williams Apple Watch. And if I tap the little arrow there, I can go ahead and update that name. So you probably, instead of yours saying Apple Watch, put your name in front of that.
Bill,
Hello?
Tim here. May I make a suggestion to the group?
Sure.
I find it helpful to say what type of watch it is. In this case, watch 9, or in the case of your phone, name it iPhone 11, because technicians are always asking you, which model do you have? And if you don't remember, the name is really handy to be right there.
Yep. He's right about that. But on your phone, they actually have added that now in about. So if I go to my phone settings, settings general and about, it actually tells me I have an iPhone 15.
Is this my phone?
Where does it say that?
Settings on your phone, general and about.
Can't.
Tim, they just added that recently, so
I have that, but
see where it says iPhone 15?
model name. Mine has model number and it says version. Mine must be old, huh?
It doesn't say model name.
No, it gives a model number.
You know what happened when I
Just a
but on
minute.
top of model number, it says version, and it says
Just a minute.
10.4.
You on your phone? Is this your watch or your phone, Ann?
Well, I'm in general about on my phone. But I thought we were talking about watches.
We were.
I can't get out
But I
Top, it
switched
says
gears.
Ann's Apple Watch.
I switched gears. Just
Oh.
to show you, Tim was making the suggestion that you change the name on both your watch and your iPhone and your iPad, by the way, to include the model of your phone or your watch or your iPad. What they did in the most recent release of the operating system, or a couple releases ago, on the Apple Watch, I don't know about the iPad. They may have done it on the Apple Pad as well. Yes. So on the iPhone and the iPad, they include the model name. They
Was
have
that,
not done that. They
is
have
that
not
because you-
done that in the Apple Watch yet.
Oh, okay.
Bill, can you mute all again?
Just did, Bill. Thank you. So if I go to Apple Watch, General and About, it does not include the name of the device yet.
Oh, right, and that's where I am.
All right. And it doesn't have mine either, Ann. But if you look clear down here under model number, and it has a weird looking number, if you tap that, you'll get an A number. A2774 is what mine is. And
Right.
you can look that up and see what model you have. Tim's suggesting that you go ahead and put that within the name. What's the most recent release of the iPhone? I'm going to look mine up. A2744. So I go to, oh,
It's 2774.
Do it on your iPad so that you can see both.
okay. So I will do it on my iPad. I'll go to Safari and I'll type in A2774. Oh dear. Let's see here. So my watch is an A2774, which is a Series 8. So if I go now to my title and I say, instead of just saying Apple Watch, and now it says Williams Series 8 Apple Watch. Okay.
Bill, can I ask you something?
Sure.
My Apple Watch does not appear on the phone or on the iPad, but where do I find it? Under
You won't-
about,
You won't be on your iPad.
and on the neither on the iPhone. So where do I find it? Or do I have to go to the watch?
Now you go to the, how do you find an app that you don't have? Anybody know?
Go to
Yes,
the library and put it in.
you
Yeah,
go to the App Store. So right here is the App Store.
yeah.
I would tap that,
And then,
and then I would tap search. That's the lower search is down here. And then I would type in watch, W-A-T-H.
but are you on your watch or on the iPad or on
I'm
the
on
iPhone?
I'm on the iPhone.
Okay,
That's where I want to add the app called Apple Watch.
so on the iPhone, general and about,
No, I go to the App Store.
App Store on the phone. Okay. App Store.
I
Where is
just
it?
went to the App Store. I tapped the search. I typed watch, and mine says open. That means I have it on my iPhone, and I don't need to download it again.
App Store and then search.
Say again, please.
You go first on the App Store and then search, and then you put in Apple Watch or only watch. Yes.
Or just watch, either way.
Yeah. A watch. Or it says open.
That means
So-
you have it on your device already, dear.
Yes.
So
And
go back to your home screen. And shift from right to left. So you get to the app library. So swipe from left to right until it says app library at the top.
yes, and then
Tap
App
on
Lib-
app library
yeah.
and type in watch. Just WA should get it. And it should show you the little icon for your watch.
Oh, yes.
I'll be darned. Go ahead and tap that. And
Yes.
there,
Then,
there's your Apple Watch.
yeah.
And we were in general, and we were talking about
Yes. General.
Yep.
About. Yes.
And we were
Name.
in about, and now I'm
Yes.
going to software update. And we all should have 10.4 as the most recent update. Yes?
Apple
Yes.
Watch.
And we should have automatic updates turned on.
Where did you go to the software update?
Yeah, I went to software update.
But what were you in at that point?
Oh, I
I'm
was
in
at general.
general. Okay.
I
10.4.
said,
Okay, fine. I just went back one. Thank you.
We should
Okay.
be 10.4.
Maribel, say again, please.
Should we be at 10.4?
Should be 10.4. That's correct.
Okay. I got that.
Good. The other one I'd like to pay attention to a little bit is watch orientation when I'm in settings, general. It's called orientation. And I tap that. It says I'm wearing it on my left wrist. You can wear it on either wrist and you can have the crown on either side, depending on you want it on the left or right side of a particular wrist. So you can change the way your watch display comes up based on which wrist you have it on and whether you want the crown on the left or the right. The other one to pay some attention to is background app refresh. What is the world is that? That means the applications, when they have to be updated, are going to update in the background. Now, I have mine turned off. It's okay to turn it on, understanding that if you have it on, it will deplete your battery more quickly, depending on how many apps need to get updated.
What section was background app update?
Refresh. I have enabled dictation and auto punctuation also turned on.
Okay. Under general, all right.
All of mine are turned on. Is that a problem?
Yeah, no, I just said it depletes the battery a little quickly. So if you have an issue there, then it becomes important. But if you're not having battery, if your phone's dying before the end of the day, then you may think about that. There's a bunch of other steps I would take first.
Which ones?
Scroll down in in general, where it says storage, and go ahead and tap storage. And there you get an idea of how your watch storage is being used and what applications are using it. So as you can see on my watch, right, the operating system and what's the other? Others taking most of the space, all these other apps. So I have lots of space left on my 32 gigabyte device. Now you may not. You may have a 16 gigabyte device and it may be nearly full. I'm not sure. Each of us have a different situation.
How do you get rid of your mail if it's taking up lots of space? Do you just not have it on the watch, or what do you do?
I keep my mail pretty clean. So
Okay.
if you don't want to get your mail on your watch, then you would tap the arrow. And what would I do to delete it here? Maybe I can slide it to the left. Oh. It just tells me how much space is being used. I'm not sure how you delete that. Oh, I would delete the app.
Where do you delete the
on-
app?
Say again, Bill, please.
Where do you delete an app on the watch?
Good question. It's coming up here in a minute. Oh, I got to go to my watch. Well, can I do it from here? I should be able to do it from my settings. Let's see if I can. If I come down here to mail, nope.
Looks like you have to do it from the watch.
Looks like it, doesn't it? So if I go to my watch, hold on. And I go to the list of apps and I want to get rid of, let's say, timer. Well, not that. Let me get rid of tile. If I press and hold that particular app, it comes up with an X for all of them, and I can tap the X to remove that particular app from my phone or watch.
Okay, under mail, I've got a list of things and I have a check on unread and I can't uncheck it. I don't want to see unread mail on my watch.
You have to get rid. I don't think there's a way just to not see unread mail.
Okay,
Yeah, if you don't view your mail on your watch, you can go ahead and delete it.
and where do you do that?
That's what I just showed you.
Okay,
I went to my watch. Let me show you my watch.
okay,
I pressed the crown once and I got the list of apps. I scrolled around. So I get, let's say, mail.
okay.
I press and hold on mail. Oh, it won't let me delete mail.
There are a number of them that you can't delete.
Yeah, how about that? Won't let me delete audiobooks. But you would hit the X to get rid of a particular application.
I was trying to shorten the list and get rid of things like audiobooks that I don't use, but you can't.
Yeah. How about that? All right, let's keep going on settings a little bit. I have a watch that's capable of doing cellular. Okay, so I can make a phone call without my phone being around. So that's why I have that control. Then there's one for display and brightness. We all should have that one. So everybody should be on your watch app, hopefully on your phone. And you tap display and brightness, and you can adjust the brightness of your display, how you show your text, wake on wrist, rise. So your phone either is dark or dimmed, and when you turn your wrist, it will come alive. And how long it stays bright is the wake duration. And I have mine set for 1770 seconds.
Are you in Apple Watch or are you in settings?
Okay, Ann, I've gone to my iPhone and I've tapped on Apple Watch, the application. I think that's what's confusing some folks. Okay,
I've done that too, and
okay. So I'm on my home screen on my phone and I tap Apple Watch
right.
and it takes me to the settings for Apple Watch. I could be doing this same thing on the watch, but it's harder to work with it on the watch. So working with it here makes it much simpler. Okay. So I'm looking at my settings for the Apple Watch on my iPhone. Is that okay with everybody? Yes? Say
Yes,
no if it's really no, because it's important you kind of be at this place. Okay, I go to gestures. There's a wonderful gesture. It's called cover to mute. And I have that turned on. The reason I have it turned on, if my phone starts ringing and I don't want to pay any attention to it, I can cup my hand over my phone and it will mute.
oh, Bill, where did you get to gestures? I can't find it.
Okay. Are you looking at your Apple Watch settings?
I am in my phone and I've got display and brightness up and I'm on the Apple Watch app. In
Okay,
display and brightness.
super. Hit the back arrow at the top. And you should be back to the general settings list. And it says gestures right down here.
Thank you.
You okay with that? No? I'm not
Yes,
getting it.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Okay. Good. All right. And so it's a good idea to have that one on. Then we go to accessibility. And I don't want to get too involved here. Accessibility is usually for vision or hearing impaired or something like that, where you can change the text size, etc. I gave a presentation some time ago to folks with Parkinson's, and there's a bunch of settings in here for people that may have Parkinson's of some form, especially if you have shaking. There's one down here called, what's it called? Motor, right? And this is where you would go to change the way the phone works or the iWatch works based on how you touch it, for example, right? If your fingers are shaking, you can say use the initial touch location or use the final touch location, for example. Now, I'm telling you that just for your information. So if you know someone who has issues with that, there's a way to do some adjustments. I'm back on I hit back arrow and I'm back on my Series 8. Oh, Tim, it says Series. Oh, that, yeah, that's what I called it. Anyway, um, there's Siri, and I have raise to speak.
I didn't get that.
I'm listening for HEI SIRI, right? Or I can press and hold the crown to get Siri. And I have Siri response. I like to have Siri always give me a response unless you're in silent mode. But I'm going to say always. Always show captions so I see what she's saying, and I also see what I'm saying by showing me the speech. What does Siri Maps do? Let's see. I want it to mirror what's on my phone, which is good. What have we got? Emergency SOS, right? I have hold the side button to dial 911. So if I hold the side button on my phone, I'm sorry, on my watch, long enough, it comes up and says call 911. The newer iWatches have a feature for car crashes in addition to fall detection. And I have both those turned on. And last but not least, privacy. So I'm again back to the base settings menu and I tap privacy. And I've got heart rate, blood oxygen measurements, wrist temperature, respirator rate.
What's environmental sound measurements on for?
I don't know what that is. Let's see. Use the microphone to measure environmental sound levels. Oh, yes. Yeah. And so
Are you still in Siri?
No, no, not in Siri. This is, I went clear back to the settings menu and I'm on privacy.
Okay.
Use a timer to estimate the amount of time you spent in daylight. Wow. There's one called headphone audio measurements. And it records the sound level. Okay,
Bill, if you do something like time in daylight, where do you find what it is?
I just saw it. Use the sensor to estimate the amount of time you spend in daylight. And where do you, my question would be, how do you, how do you see what the results of that are, right? Was that what you were
Yes.
thinking?
That was exactly it.
Good question. And maybe Tim or Bill, if you guys could figure that out, we'd like to know. How do I find out how much time I spent in daylight yesterday? In other words, did I live in a cave? All right. One of them should be able to find that for us. Let's talk about some of the features we use in our device. All right.
Oh,
And I'm going to switch over to my phone here. Sorry,
Bill?
my watch, so you'll see what I'm doing.
Bill is, I think, has an answer. Is that correct? I hear him.
Yes.
Do you?
Go to the health app for your time in daylight
Health
Oh,
app? Okay. On my phone.
on the phone.
thank you
Yep.
so much.
Let's see if we can find it. Let's go to health. And I've got activity, blood. Whoops.
Go over to browse at the bottom, because you probably don't have it listed.
I've got other data, vitals, symptoms, how'd you know I
I
don't have
just
it
typed in the
listed?
top of the browse, I typed in time and daylight and it came up.
Okay. There it is. Doggone it. How about that? Looks like last Saturday I spent it in the cave somewhere. So I didn't go out last Saturday at all. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. So if I go to months, that's how I look over the months. Thank you, Bill. That's a new one for me. Wow.
When I clicked on moderate time in daylight, I got a screen that says no. NULL.
All you just do is you type in time in daylight, not anything else.
Okay.
Okay. The first one I like to use is called timer. I love to use my watch as a timer. And I do it with Siri all the time versus going to the actual timer app. Although right here, I have it as one of my complications. So if I tap that, it comes up with some base times you might want to use, like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 15, 5 seconds, right? Or I could use any one of these other ones. Okay, or I could add one. I wanted to add one for, let's see, 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'll go 1 minute and 15 seconds. And then just tap start. What if I make it 15 seconds only and tap start? And now my watch is timing down 15 seconds. And it vibrates and comes up. And I can repeat that particular time. Let's say I'm doing calisthenics of some kind, and I'm supposed to do each one of them for a minute. This would be a minute timer, and then I would hit repeat. Okay, and it would repeat. And then go off again. You know, if I'm making French roast coffee, it's 4 minutes. So I would say, now the other way to use it is to just say, hey Siri, or get Siri to come up. Set timer for 20 seconds.
20 seconds starting now.
And it's counting down. Oh, set timer for 20 seconds.
20 seconds starting now.
There's the first one went off. Got too many of them going off here. I've got 3 phones here. There we go. Okay. So that's how to use the timer and a little bit on how to use Siri.
Does the watch have to be on your wrist to do this?
Yes and no. It's best to have it on your wrist to do it, because if you try to do it when you're holding it, it locks up. You have to unlock it and then do something, and then it'll lock up again pretty quickly. So it makes much more sense just to have it on your wrist all the time. I have an app on here, and you see the little runner guy? It's called Map My Walk. And if I tap that little runner guy, it goes up and say if I'm tapping going for a walk, or I'm going to go for a ride on my horse, or I have an indoor cycle that I'm using. any one of these, I could just tap. And it would say, you ready, get set, and go. And then it just tracks my heart rate, etc., as I'm doing the exercise.
Bill,
Yeah.
when I'm using my walk,
Yep.
the watch, and I get to a stoplight, the watch tells me, have you finished your workout? And right, so is there any way of have you finished turning off, have you finished your workout? Because it's really annoying if you, step at the grocery store or whatever, it decides you aren't walking anymore.
I understand. You just, I don't know if they've compensated for that big city thing.
Okay, well,
If I want to end it, I would go here. Now, what I did was, you see the dots there at the bottom of the screen? Those dots appear in many different screens, and that means there's one screen if I go to this way, and there's another screen if I go this way. So if I go from left to right to draw in the other screen, right? You, Kathleen, you can say segments and just break it into segments, or you can say pause, or I can say end. If I went the other way, I can get some music to start playing. And so I ended it, right? Now, the nice thing about doing things like calisthenics with your watch is it records all the information on your iPhone. So, for example, if I go to another watch face here, I have this one has all kinds of measurements on it for my health. For example, the blue, I guess that would be blue, green, and red circle over here. That's my blood oxygen level. If I tap that and tap start, okay, it's taking a reading of my blood oxygen level. I know, I'm breathing pretty good, 99%. And it records that on my iPhone. And I can go back later, as we talked about in the health app, and see what that reading was and see what previous reading was over time. One of
Bill,
the main,
okay, my watch does not count the stairs I go up. I go up at least one flight a day since I live in a walk up. And Apple told me that was because I was too slow on the stairs.
okay,
Anyway,
so you have to run up the stairs.
long past running up the stairs.
If I tap the little lightning, what we call pulse rate here, if I tap that, it's an ECG. I put my finger on the crown, my thumb on the other side, and I hold them there and don't move. Okay. As I'm still alive, I put my finger on the crown and my thumb on the other side of the phone to do that measurement. And last but not least, although it happened already with the pulse rate, I can tap the heart looking object there. Oh, I have to log into that app. Don't want to do it. I need to put a different app there than that one for heart rate. Anybody remember how to do that? If I press and hold the dial, and then I tap edit, I'm going to change the color of the dial here a little bit. No. And I want to change this particular icon. That one. And save it. And now it's taking a measurement of my heart rate. And if I spin the dial, for example, here, again, when you're using your watch and you look over here and you see these dots, I can spin the crown and get to different things.
Is there a place that measures the number of steps per day you take?
I believe there is. If you're taking a walk, it will do it, but I don't know if it's doing it continuously.
It is. You got to be carrying you got to have your with your watch on. It's in health. There's a thing called steps.
Oh, thank you.
With your watch, you can also set an alarm by just holding, I just get Siri to come up. Set alarm for 11:43 a.m.
I've set your alarm for 11:43 a.m.
What time is it right now? So it's going to go off in about a minute. You'll notice on the face of my watch, I have the calendar over here. So if I tap that, it's going to bring up the calendar for what I've got going from 5 to 7, but it also comes up with other activities. So it shows me my entire calendar. Now, I could have said open calendar app and it would open the calendar app. And for example, the calendar app is a good one to play with because it's showing me different months and by spinning the crown. So if I go to, can I get to a particular day here? There's my alarm going off. So on each one of these apps, oh, by the way, on your watch, you can say, schedule a meeting with Bill on Sunday at 3 o'clock with your watch. If I bring up Siri, which I'm going to do by pressing the crown, schedule meeting with Bill on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And I confirm that. Okay.
Meeting is scheduled for 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's on your williamtcrow@gmail.com calendar.
Okay. So it added it to my calendar. Any questions on what I've covered so far? There's another wonderful app called Voice Memo. And I happen to have it on my watch, and I can say, open voice memo. And what it's done is it's opened up a tape recorder or a recorder, and I push the button, and using the using the Apple Watch microphone, it will record whatever we're talking about. So I'm going to tap the button. Now it's recording the sound that I'm making, and I can play it back at any time I wish. And then I stop the recording, and then I can play it back by just tapping the recording, tap the arrow. Now it's recording the sound that I'm making, and I can play it back at any time I wish. Now it's recording the sound. Okay, I like that particular one. All right. You're in the doctor's office and he's starting to give you the technical terms of what you're doing, what you're supposed to do. And you say, just a minute, doc. And you bring up sound recording and you can record the conversation. I happen to have on mine, I have a particular stock that I'm following, NVIDIA. And if I tap NVIDIA there, it actually shows me on my watch what's going on with NVIDIA. That's not doing anything. That was yesterday, so it's not doing anything today, of course. Okay. And I can look at it and track it over the year. Oh, I have a grocery list. And I use my watch to create the grocery list. And a combination of using my watch and using Siri, I can create a grocery list. And I think I've talked to you folks about doing this on your phone, but I can go add celery to my grocery list.
Sorry. You'll need to continue in the app.
Oh, won't work. Open reminders. I'd have to add a reminder. Celery. I assume I did it, but I don't know. Nope. Add a reminder. Celery. There. I've got celery added to my grocery list. You didn't see any of that, did you?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I brought up my grocery list on reminders. And I just said open reminders. There's my reminders. I tap groceries. And I've got ice cream bars, apples, and celery. I tap add a reminder, hit the microphone, and say roast beef. And then I turn off the microphone, and I got all that added to my grocery list. The point I'm trying to make there is you can use your microphone on your watch, similar to the way you use it on your phone, to do voice to text stuff. I'm going to open the meeting right now to say, what are some other things you folks use? I know Kathleen uses hers quite a bit for walking and exercise, I take it.
That's a
Is
yes.
anybody, is
The
anybody
problem
else?
the problem I have with exercise is remembering to turn it off. On the, yeah.
Anybody else have some stuff that you use?
Bill, this is Louise. I'm a big fan of the assistive touch app, and I just hope everybody has that and uses it.
Assistive touch. What do you use it for?
That's your button, your gray button that moves your it's like a home button. That's this button right here.
Oh, the button I have right here on my phone right now. That
Correct,
button.
yeah. The lower right-hand corner, yeah. I think that's just wonderful.
Okay, and you have yours attached to different things, I take it?
Yes, I have it on everything, except, well, not my watch, but my phone.
When I tap my button,
Mhm.
it takes me to my home screen.
Oh, yes,
Press and hold it, it comes up with various other things that I can do with it, right?
exactly.
And those other things are all, let's call it programmable, if you will.
Mhm.
So if I go to settings, and is that
Under accessibility, I think.
I think it is too.
And then you go to touch.
Oh, I gotta go clear back. Oh, I was in a second.
Yeah, you were
And then
there.
I go to, yeah,
Under physical and
and I go-
motor, go to touch.
and I have assistive touch turned on.
Exactly.
And then it says, what do you want? A single touch to do? I want it to go home, a double tap, it'll take a screenshot. I could take a picture with it, but I can adjust that. And a long press opens a menu, which is, where's the menu controls? Now I have to have assistive touch on to use my mouse. Right? In other words, the mouse that I have on my phone, that's this one, the other round circle there.
I just
Ooh,
think
can
it's so convenient since we no longer have a home button.
well, yeah, if you, and that's what a lot of people use it for.
Mhm.
They use it for, it looks like your home button, right? I think that's why they added it to start with, right? So
Exactly.
you can put it over here and treat it like your home button. Anytime you press it, it takes you to the home screen. I'm on my home screen. I go to fitness and I tap it, takes me back. Any other ones out there?
I use it. I track my sleep, I track my steps every day and find that they're both helpful.
And do you wear your watch at night, Bill?
Yeah, I have to remember to charge it up during the day at some point, but I wear it while I'm sleeping at night. And so it tells me, it gives me every day how much deep sleep I had, how much REM, how many times I woke up in the middle of the night. And then I can do it on a daily, weekly track of what's happening.
I use everything that Louise and Bill have mentioned and find it very useful. I also sleep with my watch on at night.
Okay, let me go. I want to go see what my cycle looks like here because I have done it several times. I'm looking for sleep. Where is it? Where is it? There's steps.
If you don't have it as one of your favorites, you need to go to browse.
Thank you. Okay, and some time ago I did do it. There we go. What he's talking about is like on one of these days here, it actually gives me what happened during the night.
You can also, if you change it from, like if you do it every night, you can change from, you're looking at 6 months, change it back to the day and you just see what happened last night. And then show more data will give you all of the details.
I wasn't wearing my watch. That's the problem. I usually don't wear as one. That's what he's talking about.
Now touch show more data.
Show more data. Oh,
And it'll tell you how
cool.
much REM you had over the night and how much deep you had over the night.
Yeah. Was not a good night. Doesn't look like.
It's not unusual to have those kind of numbers because I find my REM is typically an hour or so, and deep
Yeah.
is in that, if I have a good night, it's up in the close to an hour, but most of it is the core.
Yep.
What is the core?
Whatever's
And all you need to do
whatever's
is
left
put,
over other than REM and deep while you're actually sleeping.
Okay, all right.
Bill, help me a little bit. How do you initiate it or make sure if you put your watch on, you have to do anything else?
Nope, I wear my watch at night.
And
And
it
when I get
does
up
it?
in the morning, I tend to look at the data on my iPad because I get a bigger screen to see it all.
Yeah, but the question was, did you have to do anything special to start it or make it happen?
No, it just, it will figure out when I went to sleep.
Amazing. Amazing.
But I think you have to sleep for, a significant period of time to have it work because
Can't be a
uh,
nap.
it can't be a nap. But I did one time get sleep measurements when I was uh, down at the theater with they had the ones with the real comfy chairs that you lie down, stretch out on. And I was watching the movie, but it told me I was asleep.
Bill, how is it? I think I'm asleep for say 8 hours, and the sleep app tells me it's 6 hours. I'm not aware I'm awake. So how does that happen?
I don't know. You pick up your arm and you hold it straight out. I have no idea.
I don't know. In the what happens when I'm sleeping is I will have periods where I wake up, and sometimes I don't have any memory of being awake, but it'll tell me I had a 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute period where I'd woken up, or I may have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It'll give me a wake period because I'm vertical.
Okay, great. Thank
Late for work. Harry came into the office an hour late for the third time in a week. What's the story this time, Harry? His boss asked sarcastically. Let's hear a good one this time. Harry sighed. Everything went wrong this morning, boss. The wife decided to drive me to the station. She got ready in 10 minutes, but then the drawbridge got stuck and I had to swim across the river. See, my suit's still damp. Then I ran to the airport, got a ride on a helicopter, landed at Radio Center City Music Hall, and was carried here piggyback by the Rockettes. You'll have to do better than that, Harry's boss said. But that's what happened. Why don't you believe me? Simple. No woman ever got ready in 10 minutes. All right. I know there are more ladies than guys on this, so
Well, we admit it's true.
thank you.
So what's up for next week?
What do we have for next week? I'm going to check that right now. I think it's tips and tricks, but I'm not sure. And it's tips and tricks in either the iPhone or the iPad. It's coming. I'm sorry. It's all about widgets next time. All about widgets. I have a story I need to tell you. Yesterday, I got up, I turned on my computer, and 5 minutes after it came up, the screen went dark and my computer died. And I said, oh no.
Again?
I grabbed the computer, was on my way to refurb, and I just stopped by the computer shop. On the way down, I said, do you think I might not have had the power supply plugged in? And it went dead. And that's what happened. the power drained my battery and I didn't have any power left. So I had a bad but yet a good day. Thought my computer died, but it was a simple fix. Any questions, guys? You all have a good day. I will see you next time.
Thank
We're
you,
going to talk
Bill.
about widgets. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
And
Thanks,
Tim
Bill.
and Bill, Tim and Bill, thank you for your help. I appreciate
Thanks, Bill from California.
it. You're welcome, sir.
Happy Mother's